Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Global Hub Racing F1 2018 F2. It's round 4 here at the Austrian Grand Prix Live. We are here at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg in Austria, not to be confused with Steven Spielberg, of course, because that has totally no relation at all to what we're doing tonight. This is F1, not Indiana Jones. Hopefully nobody will be going for any kamikaze moves tonight in F2. But I'm James Head 14. I will be your solo commentator tonight once again. Be guiding you through the action out on track. Joining me in the commentary box at the minute are a couple of drivers. We've got Bullboy, Jack Meyer, Rocco, and somebody else is here. I think it's Deneen is the other driver. That's here. Save the best till last. Well, save the worst till last, I think, in this case. But moving though into the championship standings, I can get the championship standings up for you as long as Felix has put stuff in the F2 chat. So, what has been decided? It's Bass leading the way on 48 points. He is back tonight, which is good to see, which I'm glad to see. Hopefully he can get another good result. Tonight it wasn't, in fact, Bass that didn't attend last week. It was somebody else that was up in there in the championship. I think it might have been Felix. Anyways, Bass on 48 points leads the way, with Boltzmann in second on 37 points. Deneen with a fastest lap point as well last week on 12 points, apparently. Hang on, that's not right. That's 13 points. So you're on 35 points. S-Boy on 31 points in fourth, with Silas in fifth on 28. Felix in 6th on 25, with Vienmi on 25 as well. Glocky on 24. Ballboy down on 16 points. And Praga, who is now no longer with us. No, he hasn't died. He is just quit league racing for the season. And obviously we wish him well in whatever he's going to be doing, but Praga is on 15 points, Wizards on 12, Mads on 7 because of the change of positions with the time penalty that was removed. Gennaro on 1 point, JB on 1, and Senenzi on 1 as well. Hopefully he can get a finish tonight, Senenzi. He did finish in Bahrain, and then he's DNF'd the other 2 races, so it's not great at all. By the way, we do not need any reserves, so if you're wondering if you're wanting to be a reserve tonight, you can have a free night off because we're not in need of anyone with 16 drivers. Once again, a very good attendance for F2 tonight. Let me check on both the comments section. Billy asking if we have if we've made any decision. We have not spoke about it at all today. We have not spoke about that at all. We will do it after this race. Didn't change the Mads thingy yet, James. Yeah, Felix commenting that. I've just gone into spectator mode though, in the meantime. How come I got DNFs? People being stupid. And if people are stupid tonight, I may consider calling a restart if I see bad driving out on track. Because the level of driving in F3, frankly, was below par of what we're expecting from many drivers in F3 last Monday. So, but this is F2, and I'm hoping for a much cleaner race. We're not expecting anyone else, are we?
Don't think so.
In that case, we can start. We can go. I'm happy to start. Somebody's now going to pop up and say, "Oh, I can be your co-commentator." No, I want to be a solo commentator for tonight.
I bet it'll be Montana saying that, though.
No, Montana's got another league race, so he's not, he won't even be in the comment section. F3 wasn't great, hopefully this is nice and clean. No commentator again, yeah. Just me by myself. I try and keep on board on top of everything in the stream. We are about 5 seconds away from the lobby actually kicking in and getting started here in Austria. I shall now guys in the party. Good luck everyone out on track. I would, yes. Do you know what? I'll keep you guys unmuted for now, just for the weather.
Good man, Jack.
Which is about 30 seconds away, I think. So.
Aww. 30 seconds of absolute legend.
There's the horns of the Red Bull Ring. Sadly, no Heineken arch out on track tonight, which is a shame because most of these drivers might be driving drunk anyways if they make contact with the other people out on track. Hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully nobody has been drinking like Bass did a couple of weeks ago. Nice and dry for qualifying by the seams. What is the weather, Jack Meyer, the weather forecast out on track tonight?
It is in qualifying a nice dry session, and it's also going to be dry and cloudy for the race with average temperatures of
there's a job lined up at the Met Office there for Jack, I think. Thank you for that. Good luck, everyone. Oh, my controller's not working. Oh, what's happened here? Oh no, Danina's the only one that can hear me. There we go. Fixed it. Oh my goodness me. I thought we were going to have a bit of a problem there with the my controller there, but we are now getting into the qualifying session. It looks like the first drivers are about to come out on track, and it looks like Vienmi and Gennaro, so the two Renaults, are coming out on track first. Interesting that Gennaro's opted for a soft compound of tyre. Of course, Ultras, Supers and Softs are the three compound of tyres that are on offer here tonight at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg in Austria, with the foothills of the Alps in the background, of course, and we are preparing for action here. So let's go on board with Vienmi then, because he was first out on track. There's a little bit of queue in the pit lane for Williams there. I think that might have been Espoir Senenzi coming out of the pit lane, but Vienmi, after last week's win in France, looking to make it 2 in a row. Can he make it 2 in a row? We'll find out here tonight. I certainly think he might be able to. I don't think he will though. I think there's just a couple of other guys that might be just quicker than him tonight. I will check the comment section when we have our first round of laps completed. So Vienmi now coming around the final corner, and he is going to start a lap here. The Swede, last week's race winner, is crossing the line to start his lap, and going up to turn 1 you can reach in excess of 200 miles an hour, 203 under the braking zone there for Vienmi, and going nicely out of turn 1. Taking a much deeper line, nearly running on the grass and a bit of the white line there. That could compromise his run slightly. But the Swede now up towards the top of the hill, and it's a 16, it's just under a 16, to 15.9 through the first sector there for Vienmi. So looking quite nice. Of course, 3 DRS straights on this track, 1 down the home straight, 1 up towards turn 3, and then 1 down towards turn 4 as well. So 3 opportunities for overtaking really around this track in with the DRS enabled, of course. So Vienmi now hitting turn 5, going before the kink at turn 6 and 7. Might have just invalidated there slightly, I'm not sure, but it is a 44.5 through the middle sector there. So nice middle sector from Vienmi on the run up the hill now towards the final 2 corners. Turns 8 and 9. Only 9 corners around this track. Very fast flowing track here at the Red Bull Ring, and Vienmi coming around the final corner now. He is about to come across the line and set a 104.2 to begin off with. Gennaro was just in behind that on track. He's on a set of softs, and he is running up the hill into the final 2 corners. I think he's slower than Vienmi. Let's see how slow he is though. I think this is looking like a 104. I think Bass has just gone second and behind. It's a 105.5 for Gennaro, so predictably 1.3 seconds off the pace. Glock just goes in behind there in 4th as well. Deneen now coming around the final 2 corners. The Irishman looking to right his wrongs, currently 3rd in the championship standings. Deneen about to come across the line, and he goes 3rd, so 104.3 there for Deneen, so nice lap there. Boltzmann is on a lap, I do believe, coming out the final corner on a set of softs, running up to the line, fastest of the soft runners, and beats Jack Meyer up into 4th place. Rocco just jumps up into 6th there as well. So early field beginning to make themselves known. Bullboys just pull them up to 6th. JB coming across the line now in the Force India, goes 4th. Nice lap there by JB, outperforming Boltzmann and Jack Meyer at the minute, so 4th for JB. But it is Vienmi and Bass, and NSX 1 and 2, 3,000 separating the top 2 at the minute. Bass is just about to come into the pits as well, so Vienmi already into the pits, Bass in 2nd, Deneen in 3rd out of the laps that have been set already in this qualifying session. I'm not sure if anybody else is improving. It looks like Jack Meyer might be improving here in the Ferrari, coming toward the final 2 corners. A 10th.5 up in the middle sector. Somebody has spun, however, in that middle sector. Not sure who that was. But coming across the line now, Jack, I think, is improving this. He is. He's going to go ahead of JB, so he pops it up into 105 flat. And in fact, Gennaro has just improved up into 5th as well with a 104.9. So some nice laps being set. Quite a mix of strategies at the minute, but it seems like the Ultra Softs for the guys in front anyways, are certainly the ones to go for. Vienmi, Bass, Deneen, and Little Brookie has jumped fourth as well, so 104.7 there from Little Brookie. Clearly, I think, setting his best time at the start of qualifying session. I think we will see a 103 definitely around here tonight. And you never know, we may see a 102 tomorrow in Austria if Blizzard or anyone like that turns up tomorrow night. Felix just about to start a lap. The Dutchman coming across the line now. We'll go on board a lap with him. So Felix now on the run up towards turn 1. 203 again under braking. Hitting turn 1 nicely. Cameron just cut away, but he got a really nice run out. 80% of EOS left on his lap. He's up, down in it to EOS mode 4, getting more speed up the hill. 203 again under the braking zone. If you want to go for a straight line speed setup here, it doesn't really work. It's more of a cornering track than anything, especially in this technical second sector. Only consistent of about 4 corners, but it is quite technical, especially this right-hander, where you've got to go deep into the corner. Felix does exactly that. Just runs out briefly onto the grass, but looking nice anyways. And Felix now coming round turn 5, in towards turn 6 and 7. Going really quick this, Felix, 44.5 I think. It's going to be Vienmi Bass sort of area I think with this lap, so nice through there, and he's on to the run towards the final 2 corners now. Felix at the top of the hill, moving down now. Highest point on the track is of course turn 3, so Felix coming across the line. He's going to go quickest with this. Felix across the line, oh, and it's a 104 flat. A bit of a timing glitch there on my end, so I thought that was going to be a 103.2. But Felix with a 104 flat goes top at the minute. Glocky is just coming around the final corner. Glock around the final corner. 105.4 to better, and he has. He's jumped up to 11th there with that lap. 3 laps on the softs, trying to get those out the way at the minute. So 105.1 there from Glock. And at the end of the first round of laps, let's go on board with Bass though in the meantime. In fact, let's go on board with Vienmi because he's just started a lap. Let me check the comments though in the meantime, see how everyone is getting on in the comments, see if there's any predictions that have been made, of course. And if you do want to interact with us, just message me in the YouTube section with your thingy. James, your voice sounds like a 3-year-old. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. But I don't care about your comments because I know I'm a good commentator. Maybe you should try and step into the commentary box a bit and see if people make fun out of you. But Vienmi now, coming around the final 2 corners, he's invalidated this lap by the looks. Let's go on board with Bass in the meantime. Force India driver coming through nicely. Coming through nicely indeed. I will just hide him from the comment section there. So Bass coming around the final couple of corners. At the end of the middle sector, he's a 44.5 I think again. So Felix Vienmi sort of area I think might be worth it for Bass. Coming up the hill now into the final 2 corners, reaching 195. Just missed the gear there I think. Up in it into a low 5th coming through the final corner. He's coming across the line now. Bass goes second, 104.1, exactly a 10th off Felix there. Somebody was just coming in the pits briefly as well. And Deneen is on a lap by the seams of it. The Irishman is about to come around the final 2 corners. So he's around the final corner now. And Deneen on the run up to the line. This is looking like an improvement across the line. 104.1 and he goes 3rd ahead of Vienmi. So nice lap there by the Irishman. Quite close between that top 4. S-Boy I think has just started a lap. Jack Meyer just getting held up on a lap it seems by Boltzmann I think that was. JB across the line. Not improving, not setting a lap. Boltzmann has invalidated. Ballboy across the line. See how he's going to do. He goes 8th, 104.9, so nice lap there by Ballboy. See how Senenzi's getting on, because Senenzi is one of those drivers that has not set a lap yet. Wizards is also the same. We are halfway through qualifying. It's already been quite hectic, with Felix on top, Bass in 2nd, Deneen in 3rd, and NSX 1, 2, 3 perhaps if Vienmi does improve. Not out of the pits yet, the Renault driver. Somebody's just jumped up there. I think that might have been Rocco jumping up into 6th with a 104.8. I'll confirm that in a minute. Senenzi I think is going to go quicker than Rocco here, possibly. 104.9, and look at how close the pack is. Little Brookie down to Mad, separated by 4/10 of a second. So Little Brookie, Rocco all the way down to Glock. Quite decent stuff indeed. As shall we go on board with next. I'm just seeing if there's anybody really on a lap. I think Bossman is on a lap. He is. He's on a set of supers now, so he's guaranteed to improve, I would imagine. I would think around the end, me little brookie. In between there, I think, would be perfect for him. Bossman now coming around turn 5. The sole McLaren out on track. Jack Meyer has left the party. Not sure if it's connection messing up there. My car feels so heavy, says Wizards. Bossman now coming around the final 2 corners. It's a low fuel run by the looks, because that red fuel load is beginning to appear out on track. And Bossman now around the final 2 corners. He's going to go slower than Vienmi, I think, here. And he does. Exactly where I predicted him to go. A 104.4 and a set of supers. Nice lap indeed there by Bossman. Just running wide there at turn 1. But a nice lap. He's up to 5th. I didn't give a prediction, by the way, on purpose, because it's going to be quite a close qualifying session. Just going to check if Felix is on a lap. He's just started a lap, so we'll keep on board with Glock, we'll go on board with Mads, and then we'll go on board with Felix. I think that's how we'll roll for the next 3 drivers. So Glock on a set of supers should improve similar to Bossman here, I would imagine. Looking good at the minute is Glock. The Mercedes driver is coming through turn 6 and 7. Left and right. Looking quite nice. Looking very clean on this lap as well. Reaching 195 under the braking zone. 197 under the braking zone. Doesn't go as too wide as what some people might do there. Glock just getting caught on the rear curb there on the final corner. He goes 6th though, just behind Bossman and clear of Little Brookie. And Mads has jumped ahead of Bossman. It's the quickest of the super soft runners at the minute. Where did that lap come from? From Mads. Nice lap there, 104.4, and he can improve. Probably another thing is Bossman has spun out the final 2 corners. Oh, he's run out of fuel. He has run out of fuel. I thought he spun. He has run out of fuel. Bossman is coming into the pits. Hopefully people are aware. Let's go on board with Felix then. Oh, he's just started a lap. He's validated, I think. Bass is on a lap. Let's go on board with Wizards though in the meantime. Final 2 corners for him. So Russell driver coming around now. And Wizards looking good at the minute. Coming round, across the line. Invalidated 105.5, so that would have been slower than everyone there. Wizards clearly struggling out on track tonight so far. Let's go on board then with Bass, because he's reaching turn 4. Looking quite nice. There's a Haas and Force India 1-2 at the minute, and also an NSX 1-2 at the minute. With Deneen and Vienmi filling out that second row as it stands. I would imagine some improvements will be found from like Gennaro, Jack Meyer, Mads, Bossman, Glock if they decide to go on ultra softs as well. I think that'll be quite crucial for them if they do. Bass though, final 2 corners, really attacking this. This could be our first 103 of the night. Bass coming around the final corner. This is looking quick. Bass is going to come across the line, and it's a 104.046, so he does improve that time to within 300ths of Felix, but it's not good enough to take pole. But he does improve that time by about 600-700ths of a second, so not too bad improvement there at all. Let's see if we can pick up on board with anybody else that might be on a lap. I think Rocco was on a lap. Little Brookie has invalidated, it seems, so let's go on board then with Rocco. And Rocco then is on a lap, coming through turn 5 indeed. I mean, that was a great lap by Mads. I've just seen in the comment section there by Storm. Rocco coming through the final, on the run up towards the final 2 corners. Let's see how he gets on. Several ultra softs now for him. He should be improving like the enemy Mad sort of area. Really taking a high 6th gear through there. Down to 5th, and he spun. He caught it on the inside curb and he's gone off. Rocco has spun on the final corner. He gets out of the way, and that's not really dangerous, I don't think. He was just trying to get out of the way of the car. He had plenty of time, I think, to get out of the way, and he did, because somebody probably would have hit him there. Jack Meyer's just gone 5th and behind him, actually. So a nice lap there by Jack. 104.3 for the Welshman. Our rogue weatherman, and it looks like he's run out of fuel as well, so I'm not sure if he's going to be getting another lap out on track. He's just getting out of the way of the McLaren and the Williams. That's Bossman, and I think that might be Espoy or Senenzi on a lap. I'm just flicking through to see if there's anybody of note that is on a lap. I think Bossman then is the only one really that is on some sort of good lap anyways. It's the McLaren driver coming through Turn 4, now on the run down towards turn 5. Can take this quite heavy, especially if you go up to 4th gear. You can take that quite a heavy 4th gear with the revving through the corner. Boltzmann looking quick here. This is looking very quick. Boltzmann now coming around the final 2 corners. Is he going to match Felix or Bass for pole position? Let's go around the final corner with him. Boltzmann, this is going to be 103. Boltzmann across the line. 103.7, he goes top. Boltzmann with the first 103 of the night. And they've got to respond to that. Boltzmann on top with a 103.7. Felix in second, Bass in third. Gennaro has gone fourth and has retired. He's retired, I think, out on track there, so I'm not sure if we might have to need a word with him. Mr. Myers just getting around the track as well. Little Brookie is not on a lap. Somebody that is, though, is Ball Boy, but he's not because he's just retired. I think he invalidated there. Little Brookie there, not on a lap. Glock is just preparing for one. In fact, he's going to come back into the pits. VNMe. Felix is on a lap. Right, let's go on board then with Felix. A 104 flat. Can he respond to that lap time set by Boltzmann of a 103.7 and put him on pole tonight? Can the Dutchman better the Brit? As I apologise for my slight little controller glitch once again. But Felix now coming around the final 2 corners. He's got to attack this as if he's not attacked these 2 corners in his life before. Felix coming around the final corner. Is he quicker than Boltzmann coming across the line? He's not. 103.9 for Felix. Disappointing, I think. And he retires from the session. Vienmi then is on a lap as well. The Swede, our race winner in France last week. He's about to come across the line. Can the Swede improve? He's looking quick. Vienmi across the line. He goes second. 103.9. Felix should not retired there. Bass is just preparing for lap as well. And I think Wizards might be on a lap. Go on board with Bass. There's plenty of people in the pits with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. I'd be getting out on track if I was them. Boltzmann retires from the session. No improvement can be found from him with a minute left in this qualifying session. Ferrari just coming out of the pits there is Jack Meyer. Bass then on the run up towards turn 3. At the top of the hill. Turn 2 the kink. Turn 3 in the Force India. 59 through the first sector, so looking quite quick. We'll compare sector times at the end of this session, of course. Boltzmann with 40 seconds on top. Left to go in the session. 40 seconds in the session to go, and Boltzmann is on top here in qualifying. If you're just tuning in, welcome. This is GHR F2 and I'm James Head 14, your commentator for tonight. And Boltzmann now, Bass, getting mixed up with my B's tonight. Bass is coming round turn 6 and 7, looking very, very quick this lap, if I've got to say so myself. Quite a cluster of cars in behind. That's Wizards on a lap, I think. Jack Meyer and Glock just in front. Renault coming into the pits is Vienmi. He's done. Bass coming around the final corner. I don't think he's improving as far as Boltzmann, and he doesn't. Bass does not find that improvement in the end. Deneen then on a lap. The Irishman. Wizards not improving. He has failed to set a lap time. Deneen then is really the only one that I think can steal pole out of this lot. Vienmi already done. Deneen around the final corner. I don't think he's improving here. Cross the line. He does. He goes fourth. 104.9, and he's only a 104 flat, and he's only 200ths of a second off Felix there. So no improvement found by him. Let's see if we can go on board with anybody else. It looks like Rocco, S-Boy, Senenzi are the ones. Senenzi around the final corner then. On the run up to the line, no improvement. 105.2 there. Been set by Senenzi. Rocco around the final corner. He's got S-Boy behind him on a lap as well. Rocco is improving here. Comes across the line. Goes 7th ahead of Jack Meyer, who is also on a lap. S-Boy now around the final corner. Can he improve? No, he can't. No improvement found for S-Boy there. Jack Meyer now around the final corner. Can he improve on his 104.3 across the line? He does. He improves ahead of Rocco up to 7th. And that's the end of qualifying here. And Boltzmann is on top in this qualifying session. So very nice lap by the Brit. And he takes pole here in Austria. 16 drivers, of course, racing tonight. And a great lap time there by Boltzmann. We'll confirm the qualifying order right now, because Boltzmann is on top with a 103.7. Vienmi and Felix, the only other guys to get in for 103, 103.9 respectively. They fell out 2nd and 3rd. Deneen in 4th, Bass in 5th, filling out that top 5, with Gennaro, quickest of the super soft runners, in 6th, Jack Meyer in 7th, good to see his connection holding out, Rocco in 8th, Mads in 9th, Glocky in 10th, both Mads and Glock on a set of supers, Little Brookie, JB, S-Boy, Ballboy, Senenzi and Wizards, 1.2 seconds separating the whole field here, except from Wizards, who failed to set a lap time. The top 15 drivers out on track, separated by 1.2 seconds just over, which I think for this track is pretty decent stuff here in Austria. Let me check on board with the comments before we get going. My car felt terrible was that's from Wizards. If your car felt terrible, then I can't do much about that. I'm only a commentator here. Rules were all posted about thingy. Yep, rules. Yep, people not retiring in the pit lane as they should is of course part of our rules and regulations. Hopefully people will be on board with that coming forward, going forward for the rest of this season. Don't understand why Jack has come out again. He won't make the line for a lap. He did, and he went 7th. He did, and he went 7th. My qualifying prediction was spot on, says Unseen. I didn't make a qualifying prediction, so I can't really compare that. But we've got the formation lap. Man, the enemy. Let's go for top 3. Let's go for a bit of a random top 3. Bass for the win. I'm going to go Felix 2nd, Bolstman 3rd, in that order. And I'm quickly going to get... I'm going to quickly go down and get a drink. If the rest starts, then so be it. But enjoy the engine noise in the meantime. Well, that might be the anyone has gone for a drink. Formation lap has just ended as soon as I come back. Fantastic timing there. Bottom 6, by the way, Little Brookie, JB, S-Boy, Bullboy, Senenzi and Wizards on a set of supers. Oh, there's no time to catch my breath because the race is about to start. 5 red lights then is about to go out here in Austria for round 4 of the championship, and we're underway. Bossman gets this jump from Vienmi, and it looks like they're going to go one by one into the first corner of the top 4, and looking all clean and behind, I think. Wizards, Ballboy, few drivers running out wide. Senenzi and Wizards, I think a little bit of contact, but nearly 3 wide coming up the hill here, with Bossman leading. Vienmi and Felix have got to be careful into this braking zone. Everyone taking their time. Jack Meyer just having a bit of contact there with Bass's rear end. But apart from that, everyone looking good. And Bossman, Vienmi and Felix run away from Deneen, Bass and Rocco. That battle going on as Vienmi tries to see it around the outside of Bossman. Not quite. Rocco's got Bass, by the way, further down the order. He's just done up the 5th down the inside there. Felix on the outside line on Vienmi. There's been a bit of contact. I think JB and Ballboy might have had a little bit of contact. Jack Meyer getting a position from Bass, who was dropping down the field like a stone through concrete at the minute, but Bass dropping down. Bossman leading the way then, coming towards the end of lap 1. There is a yellow flag in sector 2. It's Senenzi. It's Senenzi once again. Hopefully he doesn't DNF. We've got JB, I think, going for a spin there in the background of shot. Not sure. Yeah, he just ran off track there at the final corner. Not sure if Wizards might have been at fault for that. But Bossman leads at the end of lap 1. Felix 2nd, Vienmi 3rd and Deneen 4th. Bit of a train forming in behind. But Bossman not really getting away out in front. Vienmi, Deneen coming in towards turn 3. Vienmi holding that position nicely. Deneen, Jack Meyer and Bass having a bit of a battle. Jack Meyer holds that position from Bass. He really tries to attack. There's the yellow flag in sector 3. It is, I think, Senenzi once again. Running down into turn 4. No moves being made in behind. And now, Felix, right on the back of Boltzmann, already overheating, beginning to recover. And Boltzmann has just let, essentially, Felix through for the lead. And Felix is now up to the lead of the race here in Austria. 2 tenths clear, and he is beginning to pull away. He has got that pace early on. Felix, Boltzmann, who ups his, who's saving his ERS actually. Vienmi, Deneen, 3rd and 4th. Felix getting away. I think he might be running more ERS than normal. He is. He's running a mode higher than Boltzmann. So Felix leads at the end of lap 2. Boltzmann 2nd, Vienmi 3rd, Deneen in 4th. Rocco in 5th. The Saubers are going strong. Bass has done Jack Meyer down the inside into turn 1. Nice move there by Bass, but now Jack can get the run up the hill. Watch out for Little Brookie and Mads in behind as well. I wouldn't discount them out. Is Boltzmann going to go for the lead? I'm not sure. Jack Meyer down the inside has got Boltzmann up, has got Bass again. Now on the run down. The hill, might have been a miss of gear there from Jack Meyer. Boltzmann are trying to attack Felix nearly into the back end of him there. Goodness me. Senenzi, by the way, has came out the pits, and he is about to get lapped already. He's about to get lapped already. Felix runs wide of the curve there. Camber the corner hitting at home there, and Boltzmann is beginning to attack him in behind. Coming towards the end of lap 3, Felix leading the way. 2 tenths of a second. He's got Senenzi to help him, I guess. He might get ERS off him, you never know. But hopefully Senenzi does not battle like what Billy did in F3. Hopefully he gets out the way of the lead battle, and in fact, quite a few battles going on, and he has retired. Senenzi has retired. I'm not sure if that's on track that he's retired that, or if he has binned it. I think he might have binned it at turn 1 off track. I think I can just see them in the background. As got all sorts of action going on further down in the mid pack. Little Brookie trying to go for a move on Jack Meyer down the inside. Nearly got the car stopped. Nearly didn't get the car stopped then. Little Brookie just used Jack Meyer as a bit of a pasteboard, but it looks like he might have just let him back through. And Glock now coming down his inside. Glock down the inside. Can he get 2 in 1? Oh, I thought he was going to get 2 in 1, but he completes the move on Little Brookie in the meantime. Little Brookie now trying to come back. There's a yellow flag in sector 1 and sector 2, which I think is NSX Wizards. It's NSX Wizards, and I think he might have had some sort of contact with S-Boy, perhaps. We'll just check on board with that. Yeah, those 3 are fighting, JB, Wizards and S-Boy, and I think some of them, one of them at least, has got front wing damage. You see Genoa just cut in the corner slightly there. Deneen on the back of Vienmi running up towards turn 1. Can he go for the move, the Irishman? The FRLB league champ, of course, not going to go for it at turn 1. Yellow flag in sector 3. Little Brookie, I think, has spun. I think Little Brookie has spun at the final corner. He has. Little Brookie has spun it at the final corner. That's on the straight. He must have lost control of the car on the rear curb. With Boltzmann now trying to attack Felix, it is literally non-stop stuff here in F2 so far. Boltzmann now and Felix. He's going to have to go around the outside of turn 4, but I think he's got the car ahead. Felix later on the brakes, and he keeps the position, but is Boltzmann now going to come back down his inside? Side by side now running through turn 5. It's going to be Felix that has this, and Felix does have this indeed. He runs wide of the camber of the corner again, and Boltzmann with Vienmi, Deneen, Rocco. Between these 5, I think at the minute, they're pulling away. There's been more contact in behind. S-Boy and Wizards, that we're not sure. Well, hopefully we'll get the POV footage of that very soon. But Felix leading and pulling away. Boltzmann 2nd. Deneen closer this time to Vienmi. It looks like he could go around the outside into turn 1. Not quite. Ooh, Boltzmann. Ooh. Goodness me, nearly lost it there in the foreground of shot. He picked up a 3-second time penalty. Jack Meyer as well, 3-second time penalty for the Welshman. But Felix leading. Boltzmann trying to pressurise him. Just having a look on board with Glock now. He's trying to get Jack Meyer down the inside. Stops the car, force him wide. That's a bit of a ridiculous move. He's got to let Mr. Meyer back through there, and he does. And I'm not sure... oh, Mr. Meyer letting him through. Not sure what's going on there. And look at this for the lead. Look at this for the lead. Felix, Boltzmann, Vienmi. The top 5 are separated by less than a second, I'm pretty sure. Here they are. Top 5, less than a second away. This is great stuff at the minute. There's the interval timings back up. Apologise about that. Deneen now on the inside of Boltzmann, running up. A little bit of caught on the grass there was Boltzmann. And Deneen's got through. Deneen is through, and Bossman's going to pit. That's an illegal pit entry, though. He might get penalised for that. Vienmi and Deneen in the background. Vienmi's coming under some sort of pressure from Rocco, actually. I thought it was Deneen attacking Vienmi, but it's actually Rocco, his teammate, attacking Vienmi here, running up the hill. Top 5 separated by less than 2 seconds, and Felix leads the way from Deneen, with Vienmi 3rd, Rocco 4th, Bass in 5th. At this stage, let me check on board with the comments as we have a little break in the action. Saying that something will probably get going once again. Rocco trying to close up. Bass is doing well there in 5th. Going nice indeed. So, Jim said if I see bad driving I will call a restart. Considering I wasn't actually on board with the stuff that's happened, Bass is up the inside of Rocco for 4th. Bass has got Rocco for 4th. So the Dutchman, opportunistic, gets the move done, and I think Rocco might be coming in the pits this lap. Deneen, however, is pressurising Felix for the lead, 0.3 of a second. In the meantime, Felix and Deneen at the minute. My stream is pausing. I don't think it is. Everything's fine on my end, I'm pretty sure. And if Senenzi, you want to complain to me in person, please, and not on the stream. Thank you. For Felix leading the way. I have just moved my PS4 a little bit, by the way, to pick up a bit of connection. I think somebody might be on the iPad downstairs. I'm not sure, but this race is going quite quick already. Felix leading the way. Nothing much going on now. Vienmi trying to get Deneen through a battle going on for the lead here, though. Obviously, these guys will be pitting around lap 11, lap 12, I would imagine, here. For Austria, the tyres don't go off as bad as other tracks, especially around like Singapore, Russia, places like that, tracks like that. But at the minute, Deneen getting close to Felix. I thought he was going to try and go for a move there. Felix running wide and picking up a 3-second time penalty. That's what happens there. Felix though running up towards turn 1, out in front still, hanging on. Deneen in 2nd, Vienmi in 3rd. The rest of the field have spread themselves out. Bass has lost time to Vienmi quite considerably, and so has Rocco to Bass. And now Deneen, is he going to try and launch it around the outside of turn 3? They've got to be careful that they don't make contact. Bit of wheel banging would suffice. Felix, though, has just about pulled off that move, but Deneen, with the run off the corner, is much closer. He's going to go down the inside, hopefully. He's going to have to be forced around the outside with Felix defending the position. Deneen not trying it, I don't think, around the outside. Bit of a lock-up. Vienmi catching onto the back end there as well. And the three-way battle for lead still rages on. Felix and Deneen and Vienmi 2nd and 3rd at the minute. I think he might have got wing damage off the back of Deneen, so he dived in. I'm not sure who Unseen is on about there, but he might have been on about Boltzmann. I think Boltzmann's down in 9th, isn't he? So I think that's who he's on about there. But Felix leading the way. Deneen in 2nd. This race still continues to go on at quite a pace. On to lap 10 out of 36 now. Felix leading. I'm just going to take my drink there. Deneen getting closer again. He's got good straight line speed set up in that car. He's going to have to be forced around the outside here at turn 3 again. Much later on the brakes, but he locks up. That could let Vienmi up his inside if he's not careful. And the Swede is pretty much nearly alongside Deneen, trying to get Felix. Vienmi's got to be careful here. He's got to be very careful on the brakes. He is careful on the brakes, and he's got to try and go for the move down the inside. He's got the car ahead. Deneen might have to give up this, and he does. Vienmi has got passed up to 2nd, so it's now an NSX 1-2. Felix leading the way, Vienmi in 2nd, and Vienmi is a man on a mission, trying to go for 2 wins in a row, of course, after his win in France last week. He's now trying to go for a 2nd win here in Austria. And it looks like Felix is diving it into the pits. Felix is going to dive it into the pits. They've got to be careful that he avoid him, and they do. So Felix pits, and he's going to try and go for an undercut from the lead of the race. Vienmi, Deneen. Bass has got closer, though, on this time around. He's got closer by 0.6 of a second, as losing it out the final corner was Vienmi. Out of the first corner was Vienmi, and now Deneen is going to switch it to the inside line. He's got the run up. Deneen should have this lead. Braking again. He's made the corner this time though, and he gets the move done. But now it's side-by-side action once again. The Swede is on the left-hand side of your screen. Deneen now switching to the left-hand side of the screen. Right-hand side of the screen for Vienmi, and Vienmi's got the pace with the DRS, and he's going to get that move done down the inside. He's got it done again, and the Swede is back up into P1. Glock has gone past Rocco into the braking zone at turn 4 as well. So Glock has made a position on Rocco there. Jack Myers losing time to Ballboy, it seems. But 14 drivers still going around out on track, and from what I've covered anyways, the racing has been clean. It looks like Vienmi is going to try and undercut Felix, who came out in 8th place. Felix has came out in 8th place, and it looks like Bass is in as well. So Vienmi and Bass are both in. Deneen's going to continue for at least another lap. Let's watch them coming into the pits then. At the minute, Rocco was in behind as well. So Vienmi in. There should be softs to the end, I would imagine. Yep, it is a set of softs to the end. Bass, set of softs to the end as well. Ooh, very close coming out of the pits. There is Rocco coming into the pits as well. Set of softs. And there is Boltzmann, and there is Felix. They've both jumped him, and they've all lost time. Felix and Boltzmann have gained time on Vienmi, Bass. Just those two. And Rocco's going to be behind. I think he is. Boltzmann launches up the inside. Felix. Boltzmann's gone wide at turn 3. Clear lock up. Took too much speed into the corner, and Felix has been inherited that lead. Yellow flag in sector 3. I think it's a little Brookie who might have just had some sort of coming together with S-Boy perhaps there. But the net battle for the lead is Felix and Boltzmann at the minute. Vienmi and Bass currently net battle for 3rd. Deneen, Glock and Ballboy still yet to pit, and I think Deneen is putting it in this lap. He is. Deneen, the Irishman, is into the pits, struggling coming into the pits there with the tyres, just trying to get control of the car coming into the pits there. And I think Deneen will be out behind Bass here, if I've got to be honest. Let's have a look. There is Deneen, just coming into his pit box. He's going to be miles behind these lot. I think that's his podium opportunity gone, and Deneen is indeed going to be coming out behind Bass, and he is ahead of Genoa quite comfortably, so he's got a bit of free room there to play with. 13 out of 36. Glock leads the way. Ballboy in second, but Boltzmann, is he going to try and launch it on Felix? No, he's not. I think it would have been a bit of a silly move there if he tried to complete up into turn 3. Oh. And Boltzmann now trying to dive it down the inside of turn 4. Locks up slightly. He's got the ultra softs on, but those tyres will be wearing out considerably. And I think Boltzmann will opt for a set of supers to the end from around lap 20, I would imagine. If you can get them to lap 20, then obviously Boltzmann might win this race, but who knows? It's Felix currently in the driving seat at the minute with the net lead, and little Brookie is out through sector 3. That must be an early part of sector 3 where he has crashed that. Glock leading the way. Ballboy second, Felix third. We're on to lap 14 now. Boltzmann is getting closer though. Bass in the background. You can see the DRS flicking on and off there. Vienmi. Oh, there is little Brookie. He's retired out on track, which is not great stuff. Everyone has avoided him luckily, and he should be able to come off track very soon indeed. Boltzmann up the inside of Felix for the net lead. He's got him. He's got him, a little bit of contact, run him out of room slightly there. And Vienmi and Bass as well are side by side. Let's go on board with this then. Bass and Vienmi running side by side down the straight. Ooh! Nearly touching on the rear end there. Vienmi could have possibly neck caught him, but thank goodness he didn't. A little bit of grass being kicked up there by Vienmi as well. But Glock leads the way from Ballboy, and Boltzmann in third. And apparently Boltzmann has got 3 seconds worth of time penalties. And I can hope for another week to have a good race and hope Neo Street drivers this time, but I don't have a lot of hope anymore. It's F2, it's supposed to be a challenge, and if there is dirty driving, we will improve it for next week, and I will promise that now, because there is going to be a brand new system coming in, possibly this season, maybe next season, and I will hint at that, and I will speak to the admin team, of course, after this. I want to increase the driving standards twofold here in Global Hub Racing. Vienmi then getting close to Bass. This is for net third at the minute. Of course, Glock and Ballboy still haven't yet pitted. Felix on the back of Bossman. Let's go on board with TV Pod, because I know how to piss people off with flying on board with this. Go on board with an on-board view then. Bossman runs right on the corner. It's a perfect view, because Felix is much closer this time around. Let's cut on board with Broadcast again. He's going to have to go all the way around the outside. He was thinking about it. He nearly got the car side by side alongside him there. Quite close stuff. Oh, and he just makes a slight mistake there, Felix. Just loses a little bit more time. Bossman, a little bit of breathing room now. As Glock is into the pit and Bullboy's in. So both Super Soft runners are in. I'd imagine that they'll come out around Mads and Jack Meyer sort of area. As Felix is coming down the inside and Bossman into turn one, he's got him! Felix has got the lead! On a set of softs, Felix has got the lead and he's got the DRS, but I think his DRS is not working. Oh, he's lost it! Oh, I can't believe it! He loses control of the car! What on earth happened there? What on earth happened there? That's the weirdest crash I think I've ever seen! Felix getting caught in the grass. You never get caught in the grass there. And that is Felix's chance of a race win completely and utterly gone. Glock and Jack Meyer and those are probably thinking, well, I wasn't expecting you here. Goodness me. Such a strange crash. He got caught in the grass. Nobody was near him. Got caught in the grass by himself. Lost control. Went into Bass. Bass has got front wing damage, I do believe, now as well. Right side end plate, and he is going to pit. Bass has got front wing damage. Wrong place at the wrong time, as the two NSX boys from first and second on the grid, from second and third on the grid, have collided here. With Felix losing it in front of him. Bass the unlucky one. Mads is into the pit as well. Glock coming through, and now this is just gifted, I think, Vienna a race win. I think it's just gifted Vienna the race win here. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. Felix gets a 3-second time penalty. He's continuing, which is good to see. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. I'm not sure if that's JB off at the final corner. It is. Oh, there is JB off at the final corner. Just coming to camera shot. There's S-Boy just coming in behind him. I think JB... Is he going to let S-Boy through here? I think he might. S-Boy, yeah, he's going to let him through, which is good stuff. Gets the move done nicely. S-Boy, JB being let through, letting him through there, and I wouldn't be surprised if JB could call this a day, but it's all just spread out a little bit. Take a breather. Bossman leading by 1.3 seconds, but that gap will close. Especially because Bossman's coming in the pits. He picked up a 3-second time penalty. That was a late call once again. These pit entries definitely need looking at. Goodness me, that's the second pit entry I have seen where Bossman has not correctly entered the pits. And that, I might say now, could be a time penalty getting added on to the end of his race. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So that is Bullboy actually coming round beside him, and Bullboy is now up to 8th place. Yellow flag in sector 3, it's JB again, who I think might just call it a day. Bossman and Bullboy then is the closest battle out on track. If you can call it a battle, which you can, because it is for position. This is for net 7th, I do believe. Or net 8th. Bossman now on Bullboy, got him done. Down the inside, quicker tyres, Bossman's got him done. He's up to P8. Nice move indeed. Let's cut on board then. Let's just keep on board with this, because this is the closest battle that you'll come to seeing in a bit. 1.3 seconds at the minute for Vienna, ahead of Deneen, who is looking very likely to be scoring a very good points finish here. In fact, what I'll do now, because we've got a better break in the action, I'll cut on board with the leaders and let's run you through the penalties. As Vienna has got 1 penalty. Deneen has got 1 warning, but no penalties. Rocco has got a penalty. Gennaro has got a penalty. Glock, no warning, Jeff Glock, good to see. Felix, 3 penalties. Jack Meyer, 2 penalties. Plenty of warnings there for him as well. Bossman, 4 penalties, and I think that's equaling 14 seconds for him with a 5-second stop go added there. Bullboy 2 warnings but no corner cutting penalties. Bass with 3 warnings. Mads with 2 penalties. S-Boy with a stop goal which he's serving 2 penalties. 3 penalties for S-Boy. JB retired 4 penalties, and Little Brookie 4 penalties as well. With all that being said, we've now got Bossman on Jack Meyer, and that was easy. Bossman, I think Jack Meyer might have just let him through there, to be honest. Bossman is through, he's up to P7, he's got Felix ahead. Gennaro going quite long into this race. He is catching Rocco, actually. DRS being used here, he is catching in a straight line, the Italian. I was going to say the Irishman there. The Italian. But Vienmi leading from Deneen in second, Rocco in third. If you're just tuning in to GHR F2, with Vienmi and Deneen out on top in what is being a very, very interesting race. Fastest lap, by the way, is currently Bossman 106.6, just to confirm that. 106.601, 106.618 for Bass, and a 106.7 for Mads. Those three, I think, in contention currently for the fastest lap point. Which I will say now, and it is part of the proposals at the minute for next season. One of the things that we're going to be introducing is an award system. We are going to be bringing in an award system which gives drivers more opportunities to thrive, and there will be a special event at the end of next season as well. But that is all I am revealing at this stage. Plans are already taking place for F1 2019. I'm only 4 races into this season. We're looking more to the future as opposed to the current. Well, I'm certainly looking more to the future and trying to improve Global Pub Racing for what it is. But Vienmi leading, back to the action. Vienmi leads 6.5 tenths to Deneen, who is catching him now. Deneen, I think that's why he's catching him. ERS on 40%, Vienmi on about 78%. So, quick maths, 38% worth of ERS more for Vienmi at this stage of the race. He could pull away in a matter of a lap if he uses up all of his ERS and then saves it up. But Vienmi leading, 5.5 tenths. Deneen getting close to the Irishman. He has got a quick car underneath him. Renault against Sauber at the minute, and Rocco was doing a sterling job in third as well. This race blown wide open with that contact with Felix and Bass. Both of them having to pit. Well, Felix not having to pit. Bass certainly having to pit. Vienmi, 3.5 tenths, closing in again. Just overshoots the corner slightly. 2 Ferraris are having a go at each other. Jack Meyer and Bullboy having a bit of action out on track. Mr. Meyer's connection is keeping going as well, which is fantastic to see. Let's go on board then with Bullboy. Look at the tyres on Jack Meyer. Back on board, he's down the inside, he should have him here. He's got him. Bullboy gets him. And the Ferrari swap positions, so Bullboy now up to 8th. Jack Meyer into 9th. 3-second time penalty left for Gennaro. Ooh, Deneen having a bit of a Tokyo drift there at the final corner, but Vienmi leading. 23 out of 36. Gennaro finally relinquishes his position, and he looks like he's going to be getting out ahead of Matt, which is currently for 11th place. But he can get fastest lap, of course. It is an incentive for people to go for the fastest lap and get an extra point to their total. And why wouldn't you want that extra point? Because it can make the difference in a league like ours. Felix on the back of Bossman. He's gone around the outside. Oh no, sorry. Felix has defended the position from Bossman, who now comes around the outside. He should have the room. He should have Felix. Ooh, giving him plenty of room. Switch back from Bossman, getting caught in the grass slightly. Felix defending well, but I think it's just a matter of time that Bossman could get past. He's not going to go past there. He's not going to go past there though, as Bossman looks up nearly into the back of him there. Not quite making contact. But currently at the minute, Vienmi leads. Deneen in second. Bass and Mr. Meyer. Bass has got past Mr. Meyer there as well, so he's now up to 8. Bossman now right on the back of Felix. He should get the move done, I think, up to turn 3 here. Maybe on the run down towards turn 4. We'll find out in a couple of seconds. Let's go back on board with the lead though, because Deneen was very close. He's just dropped off. Now back on board with Bossman. He'll have the car ahead into the braking zone. Felix will give him the room. Bossman could have cut across there, but he gets the traction off the corner anyways, and he gets the move done. Good driving between those two, and Bossman and Felix. And again, Felix, ooh, I thought he was trying to juke down the inside. He's going to go all the way around the outside, but Bossman now defends that position. He ran a little bit too deep, but I think that played to his advantage. Bossman now defending the inside line. Felix just backing off. Back up his inside, though. There he goes. Felix, they're both off room slightly. A little bit of contact being made between both cars. Bossman hanging around the outside, hanging off the camber of the corner there as well. Felix is trying to get past desperately. And a set of softs. He can make those to the end. Bossman, of course, can make those super softs to the end and try reclaim a podium. Deneen has picked up a 3-second time penalty. I think that's a turn 1 he's picked that up as well. Felix right on the back of Bossman, though. Not quite. Not quite going for the move there currently. Oh, Felix losing control of the car. He's went straight on. My goodness me. Not sure if I think it was more Felix getting caught on the curb there than Bossman coming across him. We'll have a look at that back in stream. But looking likely at the minute that Vienmi leads. Deneen is in second, and it's now these two really battling out on track. We'll go on board slightly though with Gennaro, who's catching Jack Meyer. This is the final, for the final 2 points on offer out on track, for 2 points and 1 point respectively out on track. Gennaro coming through. Is he going to get past him? Hopefully he will. We'll find out in just a second. And he should get him up the run, possibly the final 2 corners here. Gennaro on the back of Jack Meyer. Down the inside. Lovely move. Really nice stuff between both drivers there. Gennaro with the quicker tyre. Through easily down the inside. He's got Jack Meyer. And he gets the move done. He's up to 9th place. With Deneen now on the back of Vienmi. Back on board with the battle for lead. It's starting to get going once again. Here. Vienmi leading. Deneen in second. And I would absolutely love if people do not spam the comment section. Otherwise you'll get hidden from this channel. Thank you very much. If you want to try and put me off in my own time and not on the not on GHR's time. Thank you. Vienmi though leading. Deneen in second at this stage. 4.5 tenths separating with around 3/4 of the race gone. We've got 75%. We're 75% through. 25% remaining. 10 laps after this one. And Vienmi leads, but Deneen much closer. Can the Irishman now get Vienmi? He's much quicker in a straight line. Can he get the move down into turn 1? Cameron's shot will just cut away. He's got the move done though. And the Irishman is up into the lead of the race. Deneen gets Vienmi for the lead of the race. Senenzi leaves the session. That's not going to cause a safety car. Glock is getting close to Rocco in the background as well, just further down the track. Here they are. Here's Glocky coming onto the back of Rocco. He's going to go all the way around the outside. Surely not. Surely not around the outside. Ooh, Rocco just pushing up track slightly. 3-second time penalty there being picked up for Glock, which is not great stuff at all there. But Deneen leading the way, Vienmi second. It looks like those two might have just sorted themselves out for now. Just go on board then with this battle. Ballboy is hanging on in there on Gennaro further down the order, 8th and 9th. With Jack Meyer now down to 10th. So I think he's lost a position there, has Mr. Meyer, I'm pretty sure. But Deneen pulling away out in front, much quicker. He's a second clearer now of Vienmi. Keeping on board though with the battle for 3rd and 4th. This is a battle for position, and not a battle for net position as we had earlier on in the race. Rocco leading Glock on the run up to turn 1. And Glock just backing off slightly there into turn 1. Could he get the run up towards turn 3 perhaps? Let's have a look. See what the Brit can do on his fellow countrymen. Now down the inside. Glock down the inside. Oh, he's went straight on. He goes straight on. Wasn't concentrating, I don't think, there. And Rocco has been gifted that third place again, but look who is lurking in that background of shot. Boltzmann is getting closer. They're probably on the same wear of tyres at the minute. I would say around 40% for the wear of tyres. I think softs might just be doing slightly better than Boltzmann's supers at the minute. But Tanin leading the way. Vienmi in second. And Rocco and Glock still going at it for third. I would watch out for Boltzmann though, because Boltzmann, these two start battling, he will be the one to inherit that position. Definitely. Definitely. But Deneen leading the way, might have this now. Not sure about the penalty situation. Glock getting closer again to Rocco, not going to launch it down the inside like we had with Billy on Toxic in F3. If you haven't watched that controversial moment, catch it up on the stream previous to this one. Glock then is going to be alongside. Rocco's pushing him all the way down the inside, but he's got to have to give up the position. Fair stuff there, and Glock's got the move done on quicker tyres, on much fresher tyres. He's got that move done. He should begin to pull away now from Rocco, who I hope doesn't barrel it down the inside here. He doesn't, and he is aware of that. And Viemi's got that move. Glock's got that move done. Viemi catching back up to Deneen. Same up as ERS, he's got 20% more ERS compared to Deneen at this stage of the race, but the crescendo is being reached, and we are coming through into the final 6 laps of this race, 7 laps of this race. So lap 30 we go on to now. Deneen leading. Vienmi have a problem there. Vienmi's got a problem, I think. Not sure what his problem was. I'm not sure if his DRS got stuck open there, but he has lost a lot of time going through turn 1 and on that straight up towards turn 1. If anybody could explain what happened there, that would be great, but almost looks like his DRS didn't open. I'm not sure if I might be wrong there. Boltzmann's gone past Rocco though for 4th. Boltzmann up the inside, got him. Nice, fair, clean stuff there from Boltzmann and Rocco. Rocco's now going to go back down the field. Gennaro has got Bass at turn 3 as well. So Gennaro up a position up to 7th. He's doing well. He can close in on Felix as well, who I think probably might have got this win if it wasn't for his dramatic move onto the grass and collecting Bass, who was being affected by that spin as well. Of course, it will be looked at, but I have a feeling it'll be a racing incident from my initial reaction. And Gennaro's gone past Felix. Something has happened to Felix. Felix is struggling. Not sure what is happening with him. Is he coming into the pits? Yes, he is. Felix is going to come into the pits. And he just avoids Bass. So, Felix now into the pits. And he is going to be missing out on points here. So, I think fastest lap is the only way he can get that done. Gennaro now with the fastest lap, by the way, 106.5. So, he will get that extra point for that. 5 tenths separating the lead, though. Deneen is hanging on, I think, from Vienmi, who has got much more ERS than Deneen. It's just a case of when he's going to use it and how much he uses and how quickly he can get past, I think. That's what he is aiming for. They're going to be going 24 laps on these set of softs, and Deneen with the better run out the corner, just pulling away slightly. 7 tenths now the gap has just extended out to. But Vienmi, I can see him now. I think he's going to go for a bit of an effort on this lap. He wants to try and get a little bit closer. He ups it to ERS mode 4 to try and get that little bit closer down the straight. He does manage to do that. He's within 6 tenths of him now. Coming out of turn 1. Deneen leading. Vienmi second. Rocco dropping time on Boltzmann, by the way, for 5th. Gennaro could attack him by the end of this race, I think. Could certainly attack him before the end of this race. But Deneen, speaking of attack, Vienmi is lining up a move on Deneen. Can he get the move done? Can the sweep go down the inside? He's not going to risk it. And Deneen locks up into the corner of turn 4. Back on board then with broadcast. And Vienmi, with 5 laps to go, is pressurising Deneen. He is going to be feeling the sweat pouring out of him now. Blood, sweat and tears being put in here in F2, but Deneen is hanging on in there. 5.5 tenths, that gap has just increased slightly. Vienmi in behind in second. Block in third. Boltzmann is getting closer to Glock, I think. I'm not sure if it's enough to make an impact on the end of the result. S-Boy has left the session from 12th place. So that is going to be him finishing an AI for the rest of this race. But Deneen leading. Vienmi a lot closer, just losing time at the final, out into turn 1. Not close enough this time, but he looks like he's got the speed and he could launch an attack at any minute. Right on the back of him, going into turn 3. Unbelievable. Can Vienmi try and get the move done? Can he try and get the move done? He is just sitting and waiting for that opportunistic moment to make a move. This could be it. Oh, he nearly went in the back end of him there. Felix Bagaway set to 105.9, fastest lap of the race. That might be quicker than some of the F4 guys on Saturday there. But Deneen is hanging on in there, but I think it's just a matter of time that Vienmi is going to get him. He's got a lap more tyres, a lap more wear compared to Deneen, but it's just a case of trying to get the win and having done with it, I think. I'm going to quickly check on board with the top 3 and see how their penalties are looking. Deneen has got a penalty. Vienmi has got a penalty, so it's all even between the top 2. So it's not as if they're going to lose out here. Deneen and Vienmi, 1 penalty for each driver. Interesting stuff, and it's all reaching a crescendo here in Austria for Formula 2. Deneen leading the way, Vienmi in second. Boltzmann is right on the back of Glock for third as well. We'll cut on board with this slightly now. Oh, Boltzmann nearly getting a kick of oversteer. Glock will have that for now. Vienmi is just losing time. Vienmi just losing time. He needs to try and respond to Deneen. He's got 26% more ERS than him. He's just losing time now. He's beginning to fold up, I think, on those tyres. A second has now increased, and Deneen is beginning to pull away. The Irishman might have this. I'm not sure. At the final corner they go with 2 laps to go. Deneen is 1.2 seconds clear, and do you know what? I think that is now enough to play with. I think Deneen is going to win this race, barring any penalties. Vienmi not in DRS. This has pretty much settled itself, I think. Vienmi is just wasting his opportunity to try and win this race. He could have easily tried to go for the move. But Boltzmann now on the back of Glock. Turning our attention to the battle for third. Boltzmann up the inside. Glock will give him room. They both stick to their lines. Boltzmann is through though. Down the inside. Nice move. Gets the traction off the corner. Glock will try and respond. But the DRS is there for Boltzmann. He begins to pull away in a straight line. And Boltzmann now should have third unless Glock tries something here. Gennaro has gone past Rocco as well, who is lagging slightly. But Gennaro has gone past Rocco as well. So Gennaro now up to 5th. Ahead. Oh, Rocco, as you see Glock trying to go around the outside of Boltzmann. That was opportunistic, but he tried to go around the outside. Not to any avail whatsoever. Boltzmann hanging on in there. The super softs wearing. Glock on a much fresher set of softs. We're on the final lap, by the way. He tries to launch it down the inside of the second last corner. I think he's got the move done into the final corner, surely. Glock, as they appear at a camera angle, he's got him. But that's pretty much side by side. Boltzmann now trying to get that little bit of DRS. I don't think his DRS is actually open there. Glocky coming through turn 1. Hanging on in there is Glock for third. Boltzmann now with one final effort, I think, is going to come at him down the inside. Boltzmann now alongside him. Down the inside, Glock gives him room. Tries to go switchback, tries to get the traction off the corner, he does. It's now side by side, it's all or nothing between these two for third. Glock and Boltzmann. Glock will have the inside line. I think he's going to have this, you know. Bit of wheel banging. Glock just comes across his line slightly. But he's got that move done, and I think the only opportunistic move really is surely not around the outside here. But Glock holds the position. Deneen, though, is about to come around the final 2 corners. We'll keep a very close eye on Glock and Boltzmann. That gap is just extended out now, and I think Glock has got it. But Deneen is coming across the line. He wins here in Austria. Vienmi comes across the line in second. Both of them picking up 3 seconds worth of time penalties. Not affecting there. Glock has pulled away quite comprehensively from Boltzmann in the end. Much fresher tyres. Glock comes across the line in third. Boltzmann across the line in fourth. Plenty of penalties for him. Gennaro across the line in fourth, then Rocco in fifth. Bastard should get sixth here, I would imagine, as well. He jumps Rocco as well. He's up to fifth. Ballboy, don't think he's put a foot wrong tonight. But Jack Meyer and Felix at the final quarters. Felix going to nab him on the line. Jack Meyer on the run for the line. Just nabs it from Felix. It was a 3-second time penalty anyway. I think Mads just came across the line there in 11th as well. And that is the race over for Austria. And what a race that was indeed, with Deneen picking up the win here in Austria. And I've got to remind everyone that it is pre-race, this is post-race results provisional. These are provisional results and still could change due to the stewarding. But I think without that contact between Bass and Felix, I think we would have been robbed of at least a four-way battle for the lead. Shame that the contact was made. Shame that Felix made his mistake. But that is it for tonight. And it is Deneen who wins. 2.1 seconds ahead of Vienmi. Glock in third from 10th. Arguably a very good performance there from Glock. Much improved. I know he hasn't had the best of moments in the past couple of days, but certainly a good performance from him there. Gennaro in fourth, Bass in fifth, Rocco in sixth, Ballboy seventh, Boltzmann in eighth, Mads in ninth, Jack Meyer in 10th, Felix trying to nab Jack Meyer on the line there, but the penalties coming into play. S-Boys AI has finished 12th. We also had JB Little Brookie Wizards and Senenzi racing once again as well. And the fastest lap, by the way, went to Felix, who picks up that extra point. So he just makes up for it by scoring that extra point with a 105.9 fastest lap. Let me get in then some interviews. Let me unmute everyone that is in this party. If my controller decided to fucking work. Come on, man. Goodness me. Come on, controller. Bloody hell. I have a bit of a problem here. Having a bit of a problem trying to get off this blue screen. There we go. There we go. Oh, I've muted Mads by mistake. Oh, I've clicked on his profile now. That's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. It's my down arrow on my D-pad. There we go. Everyone is now unmuted. Thank God for that. Oh. Oh, dear. Right. I'm going to leave the session because I don't want to leave. I don't want to see any action going on out on track while we do these interviews. I'm not sure if anybody else has been invited into the party, but we do have our race winner here with us tonight, and that is Deneen.
Yeah.
What happened there out on track? I think that I've got to be honest. That was a bit of a lucky win, I think.
Lucky, unlucky, same difference really. Except if that happened to me, I'd absolutely be raging.
Well, talk us through your qualifying session first of all, because you didn't get pole position in the end. Where did you qualify in the end?
P4.
P4. So was that an advantage for you going into the race then?
No, I mean, obviously you'd want to be as high up as possible. I mean, I would have been P2, but I had a bad lock up at the end of the straight. Lost 2/10 there, so without that I think it would have been P2 or at least P3, so lost some time there, but it was good enough lap, and yeah, P4.
So P4 in qualifying, turning that into the race. Did you see what happened between Felix and Bass?
Was that the crash on the straight?
Yes, running up towards turn 3.
No, when I came out to the corner, one of them was just backwards against the wall.
Yeah, Felix was, I called it on stream, it's pretty much a dead-on angle with it, and it looks like Felix lost it completely on the grass, got a kick on the white line, he's tried to turn it, try to recover it, he's gone into Bass, and Bass is in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's my take on it anyways. But, talk us through what happened in the race, because obviously you have won tonight.
Well, start P4, there was obviously a big battle for the lead early on, and I think I was battling for the lead for most of it, and then at the end I kind of dropped off, but everyone pitted before me, which I didn't really get because the tyres were always going to go off at the end, and there was always going to be a lot of sliding, so I hung it out as long as I could. That put me down to P4, but the fresh tyres were just enough to get through the field, get past the enemy, and then get the win.
Yeah, obviously a great win for you tonight. Moving into Britain, of course, the race where you started your streak in TFL B League last season and obviously won the championship there. How do you think you're going to get on?
Oh, well, I'd be very disappointed if I don't win that. It's maybe my second or third best track. I think I'm like 150th in the world in time trial, so if I don't win there, I'll be very disappointed, but, you know, might not. You know, who knows?
Obviously, I think a repeat performance from you in Silverstone is definitely on. Hopefully, we don't have the Irish invasion coming over again next week. But thank you anyways, Deneen. Who's next? Who is next? Is it Bulls Man with the fan in the background? Sounds like there's just like a fan, like one of them circular fans going around in the background. He must be absolutely sweating his balls off after that race. There's Bossman here though, anyways, first of all.
Yeah.
You're here. Talk us through what happened in qualifying, because obviously you set the standard in qualifying. How was your lap out there?
Surprisingly good. Every lap I ballsed up really, so it was nice to actually put a good lap together. A good pole, and yeah, not being on the game for a week kind of showed in the race. Wasn't really on it on the brakes. So yeah, got front wing damage at the start. Toward the start, I had to pit, did a 2-stop, collect far too many penalties. So yeah, that cost my race straight from the start really.
How many penalties did you get in the end? Because I think you got a 5-second stop go unserved added on.
Yeah, my second pit stop I couldn't see where the thing was to brake. So yeah, got 5 seconds there and then picked up 5 lots of time penalties I think. So
well, I think your pit entries are certain. Yeah. Yeah, your pit entries are certainly something to have a look at, I think, back on stream, because the first one wasn't too bad. Then the second one was like GT Sport Danny sort of thing, going completely across the red and white lines and picking up a 3-second time penalty, coming in the pits. Because I did catch it on the stream. So he's in there.
Look, I ain't got a clue. I'll fetch it back, but yeah.
Going into Britain though next week, how do you think you're going to get on around there?
I'm good run there, but I've always struggled in the first sector. I'm not sure why. But I don't think my race can be as bad next week than it was tonight. So yeah, can only go forward for me.
I'm sure it will go forward for you. 8th place tonight. Post results, provisional of course, provisional results. Yeah, hopefully you do well next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right, next up then is got Rocco. Is Rocco here? I totally missed him out. I thought Bolstman finished ahead of you, but you didn't. You finished ahead of him. Oh. Talk us. Go on. What were we going to say?
Oh, I just said I forget who finishes where.
Yeah, you finished in 6th, which wasn't a bad performance from you. Obviously, you qualified in 8th. How did qualifying go, first of all?
Both my runs on the... I had a run on the softs, which was alright. A run on the supers, it was alright. But then both my ultra runs were just awful. Braking zones for that, which lost me maximum half second, so... Yeah. Not very good.
And then, obviously in the race, you seemed like you were having quite a good battle with Glock.
Yeah.
From what I saw.
At the start, I had a really good start from 8th to about 5th, just behind Deneen, and the for it. until I just really struggled with tyre wear on both my stints at the end. So yeah, and with Glock, I had a good battle, and then he went straight on trying to dive bomb me at one point, but
I caught that on stream.
yeah, I don't know what he was going for then, because if I tried to turn in, then he would have absolutely killed me. But yeah, it was alright. And yeah, I had to well, I couldn't really fight against Gennaro at the end, but he on better tyres.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So obviously, you made the one-stop go round as well, which was quite good considering 6 people out on track tonight made the one-stop work. So that was pretty good stuff. Moving on to Britain though next week at Silverstone, how do you think you're going to get on?
I feel like it's one of the only tracks that I'm better in the wet than the dry. So, for a bit of rain, but we'll see how it goes.
Glock, by the way, I'm not sure if you want to reply to this. He's coming through on the comment section. Only because you were forcing me towards the grass and forced me off at the same corner the lap previous.
Don't care.
That's racing. That's all I'm gonna. That's what I'll end it on there. So thank you very much, Rocco.
Thank you.
Moving on next, it is Bullboy57. If he's there. Which I guess predictably he won't be for these interviews. Come on, Bullboy. 14th to 7th. Come on. No penalties. A 107.6. Best of the Ferrari drivers. No, well, I think we'll move on to somebody else then. We'll move on to Mads, who finished in 9th.
Hello.
Hello. How was qualifying? Oh, I bet you Bullboy's just came back on the mic now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Has he? Has he? Yes, he has. I can tell. I can tell. Right, I'll come back to Bullboy. Mads, how did you get on in qualifying?
I'm quite happy with my qualifying actually. Got P9 on the super soft tire. I was thinking about setting a lap on the ultra soft tire, but in the end, when I tried to set the lap, I was only 1/10 up on my super soft time, so I made the choice to go to pit and start on the super soft tire. So I'm happy with qualifying. Could have been higher up the grid if I had the ultra soft tire, but I chose the harder compound to start with.
Yeah, and then obviously transferring that into the race. How did it go out there? Because it looked pretty difficult with you being in the mid pack.
It was. I didn't really know when to go for move, and plus I had Glocky behind me. He was very quick, so I lost focus a couple of times, and I think I got a penalty within the first 3 laps. So I need to work on my first couple of laps in the next round. I seem to get nervous, I think. I don't know, make so many mistakes. So I need to work on that. But once I got into my rhythm, it was quite good. And in the end I got P9, which I'm quite happy about after all that happened with the extra pit stop. So
yeah, I think... Yeah, definitely. Oh, go on.
Maybe. Yeah, continue.
Oh, what were you saying? I didn't catch the end of that.
I think without the extra pit stop, I could have gone maybe battle some more with Rocco. So P7 or maybe even 6 if I had the perfect race without any contact.
So yeah, P5, P6. Looking at the timings, yeah, I think that would have been quite respectable. I think from your point of view, if you made the one-stop work. Obviously, going on into Britain next week, the home of British motorsport. How do you think you're going to get on around there?
Oh, I like the track, but I'm not so good at it. So I need to practice for that one, definitely. But should be okay. I hope I can continue my point scoring streak.
Hopefully you will as well. I apologise if anybody heard the big bike in the background going past on my road. Hopefully nobody heard that and ruined Mads' interview. But thank you very much, Mads, in the meantime.
Thank you.
Bullboy, are you here?
Yeah.
You are here. P7 in the race. Talk us through how it went in qualifying, because 14th place in qualifying.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing as well, you know, it being an absolute disaster, but looking at the gaps and how close it was, you know, if I improved
Yeah.
by just a tenth, I would have been inside the top 10. So I was thinking, okay, qualifying didn't go great in terms of my position, but I can start on the supers, which will go further into the race. And in the end, that proved to be quite crucial, really, in me getting myself up the field. Okay, opening lap, managed to get past, you know, your person crashing off or whatever. Gained a couple as well with something that happened up front. Little Brookie had a crash. But after that, oh yeah, and then Mr. Meyer let me through after, because he was on the ultras and I was on the supers and his tyres were going, so he kindly let me through. But after we both made our pit stops, it was just a fight to the flag, and in the end, his tyres were struggling a little bit more than I was, because I pitted like 5 laps later than he did, so that's why I was able to get past. And then from then on, I couldn't really fight Bass and Gennaro, who were just too quick for me. I mean, Bass going through turn 1, he was like going 200 miles an hour while I was going like 50, so it just goes to show, you know, what a wheel can do. But anyway, I'm really happy with getting 7th, getting past Boseman because I got no penalties, not even a warning again, so seems to be doing wonders for me. But anyway, very happy with that, and yeah, on to the next race.
Did you not pick up a warning on lap 1? Because I swear I went through the penalties and you had a warning on lap 1.
I'll have a look back, actually.
Yeah, I'll have a look back, yeah.
Just to verify I've done a clean.
Obviously back to Britain next week, and how do you think you're going to get on around there?
Britain, I think a bit better than, well, a lot better actually than Austria. I think I'll be more competitive in qualifying. That's the aim anyway. And yeah, Austria. It's been so many ups and downs for me with this track over the years. So I think Britain is a lot more. Yeah, I usually do a bit better around there. So yeah, and for good points again.
Points again, I think, will be needed. I think you're on 22 points now, so not too bad. Point haul at the minute. Thank you very much, Ballboy.
You're welcome.
Final. He made it through a race. Let's just celebrate that. It's Mr. Meyer.
Yeah. Hello.
You made it through a race, and you made it through a race in the points.
I mean, I will summarise my race. I've never been so scared of a Haas before, and turn 1 is the death of me.
Turn 1 is the death of you. Which Haas was it, by the way?
Both of them.
Well,
I mean, I saw Felix catching Mads, but I didn't know how many penalties he had.
Mads had 3 seconds less than you in the end, looking at the results.
Felix had 3 more.
Felix did have 3 more. I bet you were probably thinking when Felix spun it in front of Bass, and then obviously caused a bit of a, well, I don't know what happened there, but finishing ahead of Felix, I bet that wasn't on your mind at the end of the race.
That is true, but then I didn't really have time to think about it, because comparing my tyres to Deneen at the end of the race, my tyres were on 74% of the rear.
Ooh.
It just shows how bad 8 ballast is.
Yeah, obviously you have outscored Felix as well, and Ferrari have got a double points finish as well this week. And I think apart from Sauber, they are the only team to score a double points finish tonight.
That's a good thing to go into.
Moving on though, moving on into Silverstone though. Obviously, we've got that next week. How do you think you're going to get on?
I'm just aiming for another points finish, and hopefully I can have another qualifying like Austria, because I think I was on fire.
Yeah. I certainly think you were on fire there, and obviously a 10th place finish for you in the provisional results is well received, so thank you very much, Jack Meyer.
No problem.
Somebody playing with their zipper in the background. I'm not sure who that is. Yeah, you use that excuse all the time. Goodness me. But we are a family-friendly community here. Goodness me. Right, anyways, moving on to a bit of the housekeeping. No more interviews to be done. Moving on to the housekeeping. If you have not signed up for GT Sport yet, and I'm talking about some of you guys from FRL that have not signed up yet, how disgraceful for you not signing up so far. How disgraceful. We currently have 28 sign-ups so far, so 2 full tiers will be run currently if you do want to get involved. If you haven't even got the game and you want to get the game and join us, you can. I'm going to put in the link to the form any minute now in the comment section, so you can sign up through there. And I know we have got quite a few guys interested behind the scenes running for GT Sport, so excuse me. Alright, the form is just going into, there we go. When's the race, says Caesar. If he's on about F1, then we're done for tonight. But if he's on about GT Sport, it is looking very likely that we are going to be running on a Sunday. A Sunday for GT Sport currently. Obviously, me and the admin team for GT Sport will be working closely over the coming days, and in fact we're going to have a session on GT Sport after this, looking at some stuff. I'm also going to be doing some Project Cars 2 testing as well. Project Cars 2 testing. There will be a sign-up form released, by the way, next Monday for the championship that we are going to be doing for Project Cars 2. I'm not revealing what it is, but it is a very interesting championship that we are going to be running, and I've been sorting out the finer details for that as well. Just having a look on board with the comments section. Admin team. Yeah, there's going to be more than one admin for GT Sport. And I am going to be leading that at the forefront of everything that we do. I want to take the lead for GT Sport for once this season. I think it'll be great. Great opportunity. Obviously 28 sign-ups so far. Fantastic. And I thank every single one of you who has signed up. Ball Boy, you've not signed up yet. Are you going to sign up?
Oh, sure.
You can do if you want.
Great around
everyone gets a fair chance in my leagues. So if you want to sign up, you can sign up. If we get enough sign-ups, if you've got friends that have got GT Sport and they're wanting a league to race in, come and let them join us in GHR, because the action is going to be great. We are going to be having 2 races a night. Well, not 2 races a night for each tier. We're going to be having Pro and Pro-Am, obviously, at the minute. So we're going to be having both on a separate stream, which I think is fantastic. And it means that every single race on this channel will be getting covered, and every single race for GHR GT Sport will be getting covered as well. And I am likely to be in the commentary box for that as well, doubling up my roles. What time would the race be? I might think about joining. The race are looking likely. We'll sort out the timings probably next week, but I'm thinking if you're in Pro-Am, you're going to be on earlier. You're going to be on later, I think, than Pro, because I want to try and get as many viewers as possible for this season. I would say rough timings, 6:30 and 8, something like that. 6:30 and 8, or 6 and 7. That's what we run it as for TFRL. So I'm not sure what the timings will be at the minute, but we will confirm. Everything you need to know about Sunderland Uni graduations 2019. I wonder who's graduating in July. Me. Yes, I've got to wear a fancy gown and everything else, which is fantastic. Unless we do it in the midday, might have more viewers then. Wednesday is an option. Wednesday is an option, but it just depends on what people can make. I think we've only got 2 or 3 people that can't make Sundays, so it's not too bad. But with that being said, anybody else want to say anything before we end off the session? Ball boy?
Is it time for Damon Hill to make an appearance?
Yes, it is. And we have finished these interviews a lot quicker than what Ball Boy normally does. So I think we've got more time to do some GT Sport testing and more time to do some Project Cars 2 testing. So on that note, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, which will be tomorrow for F1, then F4 on Saturday, obviously. Until then, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, goodbye. Damon Hill, Damon Hill, Damon Hill, Damon Hill, Damon Hill, Damon Hill, Damon